Hello everyone, Krydax here. Welcome back to our Nullius playthrough. So, as you know, in our last episode, we got all sorts of things done, some new researches. We are really close to astronomical science, and we're going to work our way towards that in this episode. We also have finally finished researching Large Beacon 2s, which is going to be a huge overhaul in our base. So we are gonna actually no, I already did. Yeah, after the last episode, I got Large Beacon 2s automated, so we already have 100 of them ready to go, and we also have 200 hangars ready to go to replace hangars. We have, let's see, that's each 100, so that's 1,000 of the tier 3 bots. Plus, I already have, I think, 1,000 bots set up down here in this chest, ready to go. So we are ready for a lot of new upgrades. I think the more pressing upgrade is the large beacons. Because if we look at our power, we have 335 large beacons. We're going to want to replace all of them. And that is going to increase my power needs by about 600 megawatts. And I plan on using efficiency modules as the second module in a lot of them. But I guess, I don't know why we had this stop at 100, because we're going to need far more than that. So we'll take out 100 and let that keep going. And we'll just put those in a chest. And then we'll have our construction bots do the replacing. And I think I set up an upgrade planner. Yep, right here. So currently, there's a lot of large beacons. Let's start with just the top part here, which involves all my modules. Well, I don't know. Let's just do the whole thing. See how fast it can get done. You're gonna need to do it all eventually. Hopefully. Yeah, I mean, processor 2s we've got a decent amount of. And these things I think I have a decent amount of as well. So hopefully we can replace them all fairly fast. And so the difference is they take quite a bit more power, but they allow you to put 2 modules in. And so it doubles their effectiveness, which is huge. So I'm still missing 211 of them, looks like. But yeah, so I'll be able to put, you know, an extra efficiency module, for example, in the ones next to all these nanofabricators and save just oodles of power if I put efficiencies in these. Because, I mean, this affects 10 nanofabs, all of which are using quite a lot. Oh, I haven't upgraded these nanofabricators. I need to do that. If I change that to efficiency, that's dropping the usage of all this stuff by over 10 megawatts. Because these use 1 megawatt and it drops it by 120% of a megawatt. So that saves that's 12 megawatts just on this side. So I mean, you know, just going down and putting, I think, one side being efficiency and the other side being double speed, it feels good for things that are covered with 2 large beacons. I should upgrade all of these graphene makers, so we'll do that as well. Okay, we're down to 200 large beacons still needed. Ooh, that's a lot. That is a lot. But yeah, there are definitely a few places where an efficiency is going to be perfect. Like right here. I mean, my science is being made fast enough, so why not save tons of power for when science is actually being crafted? And our, you know, our constant usage will go up, but our active usage will go down. And hopefully I can counteract the amount of power I waste with modules by putting in enough efficiencies in the right places. Especially around large furnaces. Like right here, Because a large furnace uses 2.6 megawatts. So a single efficiency module is going to save 2.6 times 1.2, whatever that is, 3.1 megawatts when active. So I mean, even just a single large furnace would more than pay for all of the power. So now when titanium is actively crafting, this is saving me 30 megawatts by upgrading it. And it only cost me 1.5 megawatts of idle. So stuff like that is clearly worth it. And I don't lose any speed. And then there are places where I can just add more speed modules. Speed modules save a little bit of power because they increase the amount of speed by 30%, but the energy only by 5%. So in terms of how much energy it takes per item, speed modules still help, just not quite as much. The other thing I want to point out, someone in the comments was talking about the crafting speed of large furnaces being slower than medium furnaces, which I don't even have any medium furnaces. But you can look and see that it is true. A medium furnace has a crafting speed of 4. But large furnaces craft things more quickly. So if we look at, for example, the aluminum ingot one, this one crafts 9 boxes, which is 45 in 45 seconds. So that's 1 aluminum ingot per second. And if we look at the other recipe for aluminum ingots, it is... I want to make sure I'm comparing the same recipe. The graphite and aluminum one. So this is 3 per 10 seconds, which means 1 every 3 seconds. And the boxed version of alumina and graphite, that one also says 3 per 10. I thought they were different. I was told they were different. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong comparison. Alumina and carbide is 9 per 25. Oh, yeah, it's 3 boxes per 10 seconds. So that's 5 times as fast. Right? 3 boxes every 10 seconds is 15 per 10 seconds. Whereas the alumina and graphite recipe that just makes regular ingots is, yeah, 3 per 10. So really the recipes are 5 times as fast, but the furnaces are half as fast. And 5 and 2 actually ends up saying that large furnaces are only 2.5 times as fast. Because the recipes are 5 times faster, because all of the recipes are boxed for large furnaces. So recipes 5 times faster, the building's 2 times slower, and that works out to being 2.5 times as fast. So yeah, I just wanted to address that because someone pointed that out, and some of you that are paying attention to the little numbers off to the side may have also noticed that and been like, why are large furnaces slower? It's very counterintuitive. I personally don't agree with the way that's done. I don't think it makes any sense. I don't understand why the furnaces wouldn't just be a crafting speed of 8, just because that's how assemblers work. I don't understand why furnaces wouldn't be the same way, and then you just make the recipes that you make in the furnaces take longer. It doesn't seem consistent. Anachrony, he's the guy who makes this mod, he tends to have good reasons for why he does things, but sometimes they just don't line up with what feels like it makes sense to me. I also made a modification to my nuclear build because I was unhappy with it. So let's walk over there and talk you guys through that. I did want a way to control it that didn't have to use accumulators. The whole accumulator thing just didn't quite feel right. And so what I've done is I've set up, hopefully it's working. It might, yeah, it is, okay. So I've set this up to, I kind of extended a heat pipe even further out, and this guy will only run if it's at 165 degrees. And so as soon as it stops running, and there's a little tank here, because we need to be able to measure the steam content. Unfortunately, the tank is, I guess I could figure out a way to do that differently so it doesn't hold 20,000, because that adds a pretty significant delay to this. This adds like a 3-minute delay. But essentially, I put a chimney Mark 1, so that way I'm not wasting a ton of heat. This is only wasting 100 steam per second, which is equivalent to 600 kilowatts. which, given how much power I'm making, 600 kilowatts is not really wasting anything. And so I am wasting a tiny bit of power to do this, but it's fine. And I mean, I have to make the water too, which I guess I could make this take even less power. But all that being said, as soon as this drops too low, which you just now saw happen, then it stops making steam, and eventually this tank goes below a certain level, which I think I set it to if the steam goes below 15,000, then we pop more fusion cells in, which just happened while we weren't looking. And then that will start to heat this all back up again. You can see the temperature here on a given cell is increasing, and then that's going to eventually start firing this back up again. This heat should be going up any second now. Looks like it's holding steady. There we go, it's starting to go up. Looks like it's kind of that equilibrium point, because the minimum difference is 1 degree per square, so as soon as this gets a little hotter, then this one will start heating up again. So there you have it. This is a steam system that doesn't waste a lot, but it does waste a tiny bit. And I don't really have a better way to do it. I guess I could make this somehow flow more slowly, but I couldn't think of a way to limit flow rate. Unless there's something I don't know about pumps. I don't think you can set a pumping speed, can you? I don't think you can. You know, because really I would prefer this to only let out 10 steam a second, and then I could change around some of the numbers, but whatever. And this fills up to a maximum of 16,000, because these are 80% pressure pipes. So 15,000 is only 1,000 less, which I guess is only 10 seconds. Anyway, all that being said, that's a better way to control nuclear. It's far simpler than what I had set up before, and I think it'll work out better when I have more reactors as well. So we are set up to be able to do nuclear power a little better. And yeah, there we go. So that's a helpful setup for nuclear. As soon as I get the breeder cells, I plan to expand nuclear to be a lot larger. A couple of these are finished upgrading. I do want all of my nanofabs to at least have one side being efficiencies, so that they just take a lot less power. And we're down to 118. So let's start doing some research. I think I just kind of need to research everything. I don't really care about any of these in particular. I guess rocket science maybe should be prioritized, just because we have to set up a silo and all that. And since we have to set up a silo, the sooner we research it, the better. And I did add one more thing after my last video, which was a wastewater unbarreling setup, which I clearly screwed up and didn't connect the sludge. I don't know what's going on with the sludge here. We'll have to fix that. But I had so many wastewater barrels constantly being produced and used, I figured I should use up some of them. So I set up a few distilleries here and put productivity modules in them, and we'll make that even faster. This is going to use quite a few logistics bots to carry all of my wastewater here, but that way we get some free heavy water. You know, we get another 6.5 heavy water. I think once we get breeder cells, it's not really going to matter anymore, to be honest. But what's going on with sludge, by the way? Something weird, because these are hooked up. Did I just disconnect? Oh, I guess I just haven't... Oh, wait. No, this is connected to its own sludge. That wastewater... Oh, because it was feeding back in, but now I need an overflow. Wait, no I don't. What I need is to simply connect this further to this one. And maybe this one needs to be a top up. Like that. So something like this. And then we'll just clear the sludge out. But yeah, that should work. Hopefully. Maybe. I think that might be too slow. The fresh water's too slow, actually. Like 2 of them. Okay, that should be a little better. That can deal with 600 sludge. And that's not technically quite enough, but it'll work out, I think. Throat's a little dry. Alright. So that'll be some more heavy water that I probably won't need. I should probably set this up as a top-up, actually. Because eventually we're going to fill up on heavy water. Alright, what are we down to? 89 more. 89 more large beacons. And I upgraded the graphene, so now we need to upgrade the modules in them, which I think we have nanofab set up for all the yields. Yep. So we'll improve all these. Ta-da. We already did monocrystalline silicon. Go ahead and make these efficiency focused, and there we go. Saving all sorts of power. In fact, I think I can remove the small beacons now that are in the middle. Although, those were providing a little bit of speed. Maybe I'll just switch the small beacons to being speed modules only. Because what does that end up providing? That's still an extra 24% speed to 6 buildings. That feels worth it. Yeah. Down to 78. Getting there. I do think I want the default to be extra speed on everything. Because power is going to become less and less of an issue as I get more nuclear. And then I'll go back and put efficiency in the places where I really need it. So once that's done, I'm going to do a beacon module replacer. Which I can, let's see, save that one. And then select beacon, and then we want large beacon 2 to be speed module 3s. Save that, apply changes. So that'll work. We also had a ceramic powder issue. I don't remember if this was on screen or off screen, but I did set up some more ceramic powder, which is just silicon, graphite, and boron. I think we had avoided doing that because we just didn't have enough silicon, but now we have this whole silicon party down here. So we should be okay on the sand products for a while. And rutile probably is... Yeah. We're actually overproducing slightly. But I'm guessing as we begin making new buildings, that will balance out because the buildings use a lot of titanium. So... And yeah, I mean, I think everything's working pretty well, so I'm quite happy with the base as it is. There's definitely some things that can't be created quite fast enough. Helium is actually one of them, but it looks like we finally caught up on helium, and so that's good. And our large beacons are, I think they're just being made as fast as they can, to be honest. That has a crafting speed of 11.6, but what about now? Now it has 16.4, even better. That normally takes 90 seconds, and yet this is how fast it's going. Beautiful. Okay, it is time to automate some new buildings, I think. Let me get a few of these copy-pasted. Unboxing, I think I'll have plenty of room on the left. So I'm gonna have another layer of building makers here. And then that means we're gonna need some more beacons. Ta-da! So, what buildings have I not automated? Solar 3, Geo 3, and I think that's it for this page. Let me just check if I need any of those. Geo 3 is not an ingredient in anything. That will give me some free power, but that's all it does. Geo 3 and Solar. Heat Collector 3 is an ingredient for Solar 4, which goes into Chassis 6. So I'm not really going to need to automate that for a long time. Geo 3 is very expensive. I might wait on Geo 3, because I still have some good nuclear ahead of me. What about this page? Is there anything I have failed to automate? I guess trains of higher tier, but I haven't seen those being ingredients yet. Everything else we're good on. I believe I have most of the colors of concrete at this point. Pumps, tanks, extractors, outfalls, distilleries, filters, floaties, hydros, chems, nanos, electros, compressors. Yeah, I think we're good with all that. We got the hangars, the new relays. Yeah, I actually think I was wrong. I don't think there's anything else to automate except the solar collector 3s and geo 3s, which I don't really want to do quite yet. Because upgrading my geothermal setups would be nice, but it'll cost a lot of resources to like upgrade all of this. It would give me a lot of power, for sure. Because if each of these is 50 that I would gain, that would be an extra 500 megawatts. That's pretty significant. But I think the nuclear version of that's far cheaper. And I'll go ahead and take 4 reactors now, just so those can build up. Yeah, power is an issue, actually. As we speak of it, it looks like, did nuclear die? Is that not running right now? No, it is. It is. Looks like they're running at full tilt. Which is 400 megawatts. I guess that's not all that much, is it? Maybe I should upgrade my geothermal. Maybe I should. My base will catch up eventually. When it's dead. Okay, so geothermal 3. We'll request enough for just 5 of them. Looks like we're actually lacking something. Large minor 2s and efficiency 2s. And they stack to 10, I assume. Yep. And I'm only going to allow for 2 stacks. Because the buffer's also going to fill and everything. And I'm never going to need tons and tons of them. But I am having an issue with large minor 2s. So large minor 2. Looks like all of those things exist. And we'll allow for 1 stack of those, because I doubt we need them in a ton of places. Yeah, that's the only thing we need them for. So 1 stack is fine. In fact, if they stack to 50... No, they stack to 20. Okay, that's fine. Is 20 fine? We'll just let it go to 10. Honestly, I don't need very many. And then, why are we not seeing any efficiency 2s? Am I just not unboxing them, probably? That's my guess. Efficiency 2s. Oh yeah, that was the unboxing party. Yeah, it looks like we need an unboxer for that. So efficiency 2s. Unboxing, efficiency 2. Okay, that should do it. And I maybe should set up the other 4 reactors already. Sheesh. I need that power. Although I am out of tritium. We have 400,000 deuterium. But the tritium looks like have another few, is that 400, 500 fusion cells? Oh no, divided by 4. So only about 100, 140 more fusion. Oh shoot, I should not have built this here. Of course the wire can't be stretched any longer. Okay, let's make this better. So connect that, you'll disconnect, then I should be able to move you again. And then we can put 4 more here. Copy this, but flip it. And flip it. And there we go. I just want 5 in all of them. And we also want these. Oh, they were already connected. Connect to the same red signal of steam. There we go. Okay, so now we have a lot more reactors running, and that's going to overheat this whole section. Because that can use up at most 500 something megawatts, so we need to clear this out. And we'll put one of the bigger hangars. And what are the odds I have enough space to just flip this? It's close. It's close. These have tritium in them, so I don't really want to move them. That is unfortunate. So why don't I move this, move these, and we'll just move it all. I want to say there is a ability somewhere to move multiple things at once. Is that right? If there is, I don't know how to do it. So we'll just do this one at a time. Just not the most efficient. But then I don't lose tritium. Okay. This I can just move over. I hope I moved it enough. I might not have moved it enough. And apparently they're all in my inventory now. Cool. Okay. Paste. Scroll down. Okay, there's enough room. Now this connects like this. Is that right? That looks right. Yeah. And then we'll put a couple more on the corners here. Oh. Yeah, that's actually what I needed. Okay. That should do it. That should do it. And that will now provide a bit more. So that's now 450. So that's 900 megawatts of nuclear. Should be a little better. Oh, one more large beacon. That's it. And then we're done. It's a good feeling. And here come the waves of construction bots. Beautiful. Nice. There we go. Now these should all be heating up and, yeah, start getting some power. Still not enough, but better. But better. And then I'm not going to set up the steam thing on this side. There's no reason to, because the heat transfers through all these nuclear reactors, so should be fine. Now this is limited, obviously. I get an average neighbor bonus. Well, I get three. Half of them have 3, half of them have 2, so the average neighbor bonus is 2.5. If you really make a really long nuclear setup, right, the best you can do... Now with Bob's adjustables, it is interesting, because you can, you know, you can do something like this, where... you can reach these reactors with diagonal inserters. So you can actually, if you really were going crazy, you could do something like this. And then the average neighbor bonus would be even higher. I'm trying to think of what it would actually be if you tiled this. And I'm hoping this is outside my bot network. Yeah, I don't want these to get built. Let's see, what would that be? So this middle row would be 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 3. These would only have 2, though. Because if you just have a really long band of 2, then the longer the band is, the more the neighbor bonus approaches 3. If you add these on top, does that actually help with neighbor bonus or not? Because here, you're increasing this guy's neighbor bonus by 1, but these 2 guys only have 2. So you're going up by 2 here, going to 4 and 4, but then these have 2 and 2, which averages out to exactly 3. So I actually don't think you're helping anything. In fact, it is just a denser setup, but... all that to say, the best I can do is 3, 2.5 ain't bad. Even if it was way longer, I'd only have a 20% boost in power, which 20%'s a lot, but it's not. It's not like double or anything like that. So, that's good for now, at least until I get better nuclear production. And our science, let's see if it's all working properly, because that is the most important thing right now. It is. I can speed these up, though. In fact, it's time to apply this to my whole base. Just going to take a lot of... okay, I'm going to save it real quick, because last time I made a big mistake with doing something to my whole base. So module inserter is set on large beacon 2 speed module 3s. Okay. So we'll just hit the whole base with that. And my speed module 3s are going to go out the window. I think I had 500. I'm surprised I actually still have any, though. I guess it makes sense. I had 300 new beacons. Yeah, so that's refilling. But it refilled pretty fast. That. And that will save power. So hopefully that helps a little bit. But I think it's time to go to the places, at least with large furnaces, and go change those to efficiency. So, or anything that's just affecting a ton of buildings. Like this one, a single efficiency there makes a huge difference. Flotation cells aren't all that bad. Here's some furnaces. This one right here is a pretty big deal. That affects all those furnaces. And then this one, that'll make a big difference. Definitely over here. This makes a huge difference. And maybe this one. And then... yeah, maybe not that one. Large beacons. Yep, definitely the steel makers. That'll help quite a bit. I already had this small efficiency one, so that helps. In fact, I can delete probably a few of those now if I change all these. If I delete all these, we're still at the limit. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so that saves some power. Sure. Switch these two as well. Okay, yeah, there we go. So that helps that. I'll kind of just keep zigzagging my way through. Graphite seems like a reasonable place for it. Save some power there. This one, yep. Because the best part about all this is I don't lose anything. I only lose the potential to gain more speed, but I don't lose any speed. So, basically just paying for the cost in the first place. Distilleries are probably less worth it, but still worth it. Okay, this row I definitely want, or column I guess is what this is. But this whole column we want efficiency in. That makes a big difference. Probably this column of science affects a lot of buildings. My module makers, these use 2 megawatts each, so maybe I'll just kind of stagger them a little bit. We'll do 3. That affects most buildings at least once. Maybe I'll do this one as well. Okay. Leave all this as is for now. There's some more nanofabs over here that we want to help out. So we'll do this column. Oh, and my aluminum furnaces. So these two. Those cost less power. And then this column. Let's do this whole column. I guess I can just paste. Okay. Ooh, we are still really hurting for power. I'm gonna have to do Geothermal 3 as well once I finish with this. Geothermal 3, and then upgrade those to Sterling, what are they called? Sterling 3s. Full 9 yards. Alright, what else can we do? Maybe we'll do just a couple random ones in this area. Does that affect tons of buildings? Like that one. Here's some more nanofabricators. Save that power. These graphene ones, that can save a bunch over time. So that hits 1 billion buildings. This one hits a lot of air filters, which adds up. And then just 2 of these. Okay, got that. Over to the new Silicon area. Silicon Valley, we can call it. I think all of these, actually, this will just save tons of power whenever that stuff runs. And then this graphite build. These 2. How's it going, Nuage? Streaming announcement on Discord. So power issues then. Exactly. Let's just say we don't have as much power as we want. But I did upgrade all of my large beacons to large beacon 2s in the entire base. And that costs a lot more idle power. You can see now they're using 825 megawatts. Before it was only about 330. So that's made a pretty big difference in terms of active power cost. So what I'm doing is I'm going around and now I'm reducing that increased the idle power cost. So now I'm reducing the active power cost by putting these efficiency modules in. which are pretty powerful. These efficiency modules reduce power usage by 120%. So anytime where they're touching 10 buildings, I actually save a ton of power by having a large beacon. So we'll do that one. Okay, let's see, what's next? Those are fine. And then none of these are large beacons, except on this end. Here we go. Put some efficiency there. Drop one or two in here. Those are already fairly cheap. Okay, I think I've gotten most of the base. Most of the places we have the large furnaces, at least. Guess I could put one here. So power is... wind is a decent chunk. So I have this entire wind farm of tier 3, which is 300 wind farms. I have a decent amount of geothermal set up, but it's only tier 2. So upgrading to tier 3 geothermal is next. And then I now have a nuclear setup of 8 reactors, which can generate up to 900 megawatts. But the problem is I'm going to be using fuel cells faster than I'm gaining them, I think, until I get breeder cells. So hopefully that efficiency helped out a bit, and I'll just have to trust things to catch up over time. You know, as these continue to heat up, eventually we'll stop adding reactor cells, but... yeah, so my next question to myself is, upgrading Geothermal 3, can I just upgrade everything? Because the thermal tanks obviously will hold a lot more. Thermal tank 2 holds 15 versus 6. Okay, that's 2.5. The geothermal generates 80 versus 30, which is right around 2.5. Technically 2.5 would only be 75 megawatts. So I lose a little bit of thermal tank capacity, but the max temp is higher, so I actually gain thermal tank capacity. And then heat pipes transfer 2.5 amount of heat energy, 80 to 200. So I am good to upgrade a geothermal build if I just bump everything up to the next tier without changing the design. So that's good news. That does mean we can probably go upgrade... let's go upgrade this geothermal plant first. That is 10... so I need 500 heat pipes, 200 Stirling engines, 50 tanks, 10... so 500, 200, 50, 10. Got it. So there's the 10. Heat pipe. I need 500. I need 50 tanks. And then I need 200 Stirling engine 3. Stirling engine 3, 200. That's going to use up a lot of helium. I think there's room in my inventory for all that, hopefully. Guess we'll find out. I don't need extractors in my inventory. I'm going to remove that one. Okay. Logistics. Uh-oh. Stirling engine 3s are in a bad way. What's going on there? Is it helium? It's probably helium. These ones are argon, actually. Let's up this request a bit. We have plenty of argon. Oh, those are Stirling engine 2s. Where are the 3s? Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought they used helium. They're all the way up here. Yeah, it looks like helium is the issue for Stirling engine 3s, so I don't have enough of those. We have to go improve our helium build, I think. Make that significantly bigger. I will wait for all the heat pipes. So at least then the only thing I'm lacking is a few Stirling engines. $60,000 helium. Oh my gosh. You've got a point, don't you? These do each cost 150. No, these only cost 150 each. Because you make 2 for 300 helium. So it'd be 30k helium. Plus productivity helps a little bit with that. Because of yield. So I get 20% more of them. So it's closer to like 24k or something. 25k maybe. That's still a lot though, because helium, how much am I making per second? In the last hour, I've averaged... It looks like for a while I was getting almost exactly 10 per second. Which means... Yeah, 1 Stirling engine every 20 seconds, roughly. Or 10 seconds. 15 seconds? I don't know, something in there. Let's go replace some stuff. Oh yeah, and this whole build, I totally screwed up. Those are surge electrolyzers, and these were supposed to be surge backup turbines. I never switched them back. So I kind of defeated the whole purpose of this setup by making those priority turbines. That will only help slightly, but it's a few megawatts. Volcanic gas seems to be doing okay. Large beacon needs to be actually added in. And I can't improve these with more speed, though I will eventually. There's also a couple wind turbines I need to upgrade. Okay, it was this setup, right, that I wanted? Yeah. So now we can add in a couple things here. Heat pipe 2 goes to heat pipe 3. Geothermal 2 goes to geothermal 3, but which one is it? Is it the one that generates heat? I assume. So confusing. I think that one is the one I want. And then Stirling engine 2 to Stirling engine 3. Finally, thermal tank 2, which apparently there's 2 types of. Thermal tank 1 goes to thermal tank 2, vertical and horizontal. There we go. Okay, so I should just be able to swing this upgrade planner over everything. And I will just be lacking... That's so interesting. 49 of my thermal tanks are vertical, and only one of them is horizontal. So I'll just be lacking some Stirling engines here. Everything else should be good. Oh, crap. Is this inside my construction? No. Weird. Why did it take my bots that long to do what they did? Oh, these should be the new hangars. I need to replace those. You can watch the little guys flying around. Oh wow, you actually get stuck here. Squeak through doesn't work between the Stirlings. Okay, I think all that's good. Well, these new thermal tanks are gonna hold a ton more. So these will provide a lot of backup space for power, but unfortunately I don't have enough Stirling engines to really make this perfect. Okay. That'll do for now. And then Stirling Engine 2s I can put on 0, so those will get fed back into the logistics network. Which I think removes a lot of the cost of Stirling 3s. Where are they? Stirling 3. I guess the thermal tanks and grid batteries are kind of expensive too. And 4 standard turbines. They are expensive. Okay. Well, that'll definitely help. I don't think that'll fix my power problems, but it'll help quite a bit. It'll take a second, though, for all these thermal tanks to heat up properly. Also, Stirling Engine 3s have their own energy capacity of 120 megajoules, which is quite a lot. Between the heat pipes and the thermal tanks and the Stirling engines and the geothermal plant itself, there's a freaking lot of heat capacity in that. Way better than accumulators, to be sure. And how's research these days? Looks like we are out of mineral dust. That's not what I expected. Oh, the deliveries are just too small. Okay. Whoopsies. Looks like motors. I need more motors. I already have a lot, didn't I? Don't I have 4 up here? Yeah. Looks like deliveries are just too small. Okay. Well, we can fix that. Yeah, adding all these extra speed modules into the beacons now mean that a lot of my requests are going to be too small for the speeds to keep up on things. What will help is upgrading all my logistics bots. Let's go ahead and start that process. So this can all go away. We do want a replacer chest. Where did I put? Oh, it's right here. Yeah. Let's go ahead and put 1,000 in, because these guys are faster and they carry more. I guess the fact that they carry more is irrelevant. It's just the fact that they're faster means the delay will get smaller. Oh gosh, I am using all my logistics bots right now. That's a mess. Oh, geez. Well, I guess it's time. We knew this day would come. Time to upgrade all the hangars, so charging happens faster. We already upgraded all the beacons, now we'll upgrade all the hangars. And yeah, our base is not going to be happy with us, but it needs to be done. There are a couple places where I can probably remove some hangars, to be honest. Like right here. Let's turn those off. Any places where there's like 2 right next to each other, I don't really need that. Like right here, I don't need this one. Which mechanical science am I using? Still the first one. I think I'm doing the new one. Oh wait, no. I guess I am doing the first one. Did I get a new one? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There it is. Huh. I should look into that. Oh my gosh. Well, it makes 15, so I have to divide all these numbers by 15. Yeah, that's hard to tell if it's worth it. I mean, it uses a very small amount of epoxy. It uses a lot of random pumps. It does use some acrylic. Yeah, I mean, I've been using the iron heavy one. But yeah, I didn't know there was an alternative. And now that I do, I'm kind of with you. I'm not sure if I want to use it. That's how I am with the lamps. The boxed lamp recipe, I actually feel like is worse because of acrylic fiber, or sorry, carbon fiber. And the other one just, even though it uses more aluminum and glass, that still that doesn't feel hard to get, so. Okay, my bots are struggling. It's impressive. That means I really gone and did it. Okay, where else can I remove one? Maybe right here. This feels like a good place to remove one. I didn't upgrade a lot of the ones in this area. I will eventually, but I can definitely remove that one. Couple in here, probably. Those two. They look pretty good. Maybe that one. And there are two right here as well. But yeah, how are we doing now? Charging. There's still some pretty popular charging areas. Sheesh. Ooh, boy. I think it's time to add in a couple chargers. Actual chargers. Oh crap, I needed to reduce these requests also. It's part of why my bots are so sad. So I requested even more heat pipes and thermal plants and all that. Alright, I'll wait for that so I can click on it. Because I don't think I have one built yet. There we go. And now we zoom out, find the hot spots. Pretty much anything in here. And add a few. I don't think this will be an issue long term simply because of the tier 3 bots. I think can go like 4 or 5 times as far on a single charge. And so they need to charge way less frequently. But for now, it feels like a good idea to have a couple extra chargers in these middle areas. Do a couple there. Already put one up there. We'll do one there. They're really starting to add up. Holy cow. How do I have enough power for all this? Is wind good right now? Looks like it's, yeah, doing good enough. It's still only 300 megawatts. All of those bots charging. Kind of insane. Oh my gosh. Oh, I think the issue that's happening a little bit is that... Oh, it's hard to see. Some of them are moving very slowly, so that actually slows down the recharging process. Because they end up dying while they sit and wait. Which honestly is pretty annoying that that's a thing that happens. I wish they would wait closer to the charging port. So you don't have to take 3 seconds to fly to the charging port. Never totally understood that. But yeah, this is the hotspot right here. So we'll add a couple charging ports in each spot. Okay, that's looking a lot better. There's some gaggling there. Can always just add random charging ports in between buildings too. Okay. That's looking better. Okay, now 6,000 bots are available. That's better. So we'll just have to keep replacing with bot 3. I do want to recall some. I don't think I want 16,000 bot 3s. Or 15,000, I guess. I do have a recall chest somewhere. Wait, did I uninstall the recall mod? I did. Crap. I'm not planning to use that one for Pyanodons, but I kind of just want to get the tier 2 bots out. But I guess that can wait. Let's transfer all those real quick. Oop. Replace another 1,000. I think I did the math, and the new bots are at least twice as effective in terms of throughput. Maybe it was even 3 times as effective. Because they carry 50%. No, it's about twice as effective. Because they carry 50% more and they move 50% faster. But then they also charge less often, so they're more energy efficient on top of all that, which is nice. But yeah, I've used up most of my bots. Now I am going to get a ton of tier 1 bots back in the network. So I actually need boxing for bot 2s. So we'll have 200 on... We'll do 300 on request. I have 1.7 thousand. And then this is only going to run if the actual bots themselves... Nope, not that one. The non-boxed ones are greater than, let's just say, 400. Because I probably have an unboxing one, too, that, yeah, brings them up to 100. Okay. So then that'll box up all the extra bots that end up coming out of the network, because we need box bots to make the next tier box bot. So there you go. Circle of life. You also need another beacon here to speed that up a bit more. And hey, our science still cranking. Alright, well, I think I might have to call it an episode there. Improved a lot of things in the base, upgraded all of our hangars and all of our beacons. It's a pretty big improvement. A decent number of bots, got more nuclear power, got better geothermal power. We've made some good progress, and hopefully in the next episode... Oh, am I out? Oh, I'm doing something wrong here. Yep. That's the wrong direction. Whoopsies. Anyway, we've made some good progress, and hopefully in the next episode we can begin looking at what it takes to launch a rocket. So, for those of you on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you all next time.